An outpouring of support for David Abdullah's resignation from the People's Partnership government, and trade union leaders are now endorsing him to be the next Prime Minister of this country. MSJ leader David Abdullah never addressed the Labour Day platform in Faizabad on Tuesday, but in many ways he was the most celebrated leader present. The MSJ leader's resignation from the People's Partnership government received the full support of many of his comrades in the trade union movement.
We have to look at our interests. And if we don't look at our interests, every year we'll be here fighting for the same thing. And it's time people of this country get serious about the MSJ and you decide what direction this country have to go.
As he addressed an estimated 30,000 workers who converged on the Charlie King Junction, Big Woo President Vincent Cabrera accused the government of being the most anti-worker government in this country and implementing worse laws than the People's National Movement. He commended the MSJ leader for making the bold decision of abandoning, in his own words, the partnership wreck, and in his view is worthy of being the next Prime Minister of this country.
I want this entire... After 38 years in the trade union movement, I feel I have the moral authority to say this. I want this entire gathering to declare support for the movement for social justice. Do you support the MSJ? Do you support the MSJ? Do you support the MSJ? Well, therefore, David, could you start, please? Comrade Abdullah. I find they calling you David too much. I don't know about you, but for me, the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago is David Abdullah.
Many came to the defense of Mr. Abdullah, who was accused by the Prime Minister of being reckless, irresponsible and unreasonable in his demands to the government.
When the same comrade, just not too long ago, as a senator, was standing and saying, I have confidence in the Prime Minister, he was reckless. But when he take a stand for workers in this country who is being victimized, she castigated him as reckless.
But even as they called for a new Prime Minister, the Labour leaders issued an ultimatum to the present Prime Minister and her government: address all of the MSJ's demands by September or risk facing the wrath of the working class. OWTU President General Ansel Roger says if government fails to heed the warning, the joint trade union movement will journey to Port of Spain on September 7th in one of the biggest mass gatherings that the partnership has ever seen. For CNC3, I'm Kamal Georges.